Magneto is such a perfect X-Men villain because his powers over magnetism have almost limitless applications, making him uniquely dangerous no matter what mutant roster he's up against. While most people assume Magneto is only capable of manipulating metal, his powers go so much further and even include absurd feats like the ability to control people's minds. This bizarre forgotten ability of Magneto was first and only seen way back in Uncanny X-Men number 18 by Stan Lee and Jay Gavin. In the issue, Magneto quickly defeats the X-Men, setting them adrift in space. He then takes over the X-Men's mansion as his new base of operations, but runs into an issue when the parents of Angel appear, wanting to see their son. Instead of simply killing them, he inexplicably decides to keep them in the mansion for later. He achieves this by revealing the absurd power of magnetic attraction. With this ability, Magneto is apparently able to use his magnetic personality to hypnotize the pair, forcing them to follow his every command. After Magneto's recent resurrection and resurrection of Magneto number 3, now would be a perfect time to bring back this absurd ability. First, because Professor Xavier recently betrayed the X-Men, becoming a major villain. That means they no longer have the powers of a world-class psychic to hypnotize their enemies. Given Magneto will be a member of Cyclops' team in the new From the Ashes era, it makes sense he'd take on this role. He's also been resurrected as a mutant in his prime, easily explaining why he might have regained a power that he hasn't used for the last few decades. The power's connection to magnetism is tenuous, and it's this quality that makes it feel so ridiculous in its original form. However, Marvel has a long history of justifying and redeeming originally goofy ideas. Magneto's control over the natural metals within the human body could easily explain how he plunges people into a suggestible state. Magneto could even spend time honing this ability as a tribute/rebuke to his fallen friend Xavier. While most people tend to think of Magneto as just controlling metal, he's capable of so much more. Magneto's powers have done absurd things, such as allowing him to open portals and sense magnetism and electricity as a sixth sense. He can astral project, and he's able to manipulate far more than just magnetism, such as being able to manipulate electricity and gravity with ease, because of the connections between the fundamental forces of physics. When his heart was torn out by the eternal villain Uranos, Magneto was even able to manually pump his blood around his body by controlling the iron within it. This is because of Magneto's status as an Omega mutant, a title which means there's no possible use of magnetic control that is beyond his grasp. It's not unusual for mutants to gain new abilities or new applications of their abilities over the years. In fact, it's a major part of the franchise. While Magneto started out as just controlling metal and gravity, his powers have since evolved, and thanks to his resurrection, he's stronger and more committed to heroism than ever. Now would be the perfect time to let him tap into some older abilities that remain official canon, but haven't been used in decades. As the X-Men enter a new era, they're lacking a leader who can befuddle and manipulate the minds of their oppressors. Magneto's magnetic attraction makes him the perfect person to fill the gap.